the public comment section. Someone will ask questions, say, this is part of the board.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, and published in the Asbury Park Press on January 5th, 2019, and revised via email on January 18th, 2019.
Thanks, Katie. Roll call, please.
Mayor Coles.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Miller is not here. Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Here.
Committeeman Ackerman.
Here.
Committeeman D'Elia.
Yes. Thanks, Katie. We'll rise for salute to the flag. We'll begin with prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Heavenly Father, we humbly ask thy blessings upon this township committee and all those in authority, so that they may serve the people. Look down with mercy on our weaknesses and stretch forth your divine power to guide us. All this we ask in thy name. Amen.
Move open. Moved by Mayor, second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Back and open. Now, motion to approve the executive workshop and regular minutes of December 13th, 2018.
Move.
And January 1st, 2018.
Move.
Moved by Mike. Second. Second by Isaac. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
I'm not voting on the 13th, I wasn't there, just the first thing.
All right, so there's no land sales, presentations, or ordinances for discussion, so at this point I'll open the meeting to the public. Anybody who'd like to come to the microphone, speak within 4 minutes. Name and address for the record.
Schleiman, Klein, 189 Chicago. And this week by the planning board, on Route 9, next to ShopRite, by the water from Howell, that stretch where the stream goes, they gave a waiver of sidewalk for the applicant. The applicant claimed that it's too expensive to go to the DEP, so the board made it look nice. We'll just tell you to put in an application. You know what that means. Legally means is that if he doesn't put in an application, he's still got the waiver. And even if he puts an application, it'll just be another application like the rest of the applications that goes in. He got a waiver of sidewalk, he got away with it, and it's really not acceptable what the planning board did. I'm just calling them out, and I'm asking the mayor, you should look into it, you're a big advocate for sidewalks. The chutzpah is that they had a picture from that development, and a guy was actually standing or walking by that section, and they still gave him the waivers. That Oak Street corridor, Oak Vine, half of the place does not have sidewalks. People are moving in, you gave them, and you vacated the roads over there, they will put a nice park with paths, and they came in with a whole thing that they will, the benefit of doing the whole thing as a whole, that the roads will be done, there'll be curbs, there'll be sidewalks, the roads are done, the curbs are there, but no sidewalks because half of the place, and people, it is not finished. So you have people living there, can't go to point A to point B, and there's missing sidewalks. I know I can't blame you for this because you voted no on that on the open line, but it's still not acceptable is that there's no sidewalks over there. Then there is the issue in generally of sidewalks. You know, I was upstairs and you heard the mayor, you're a big advocate for sidewalks. We had from the other committee man also saying is that they're advocating for sidewalks, they feel it's important. I just want to give opportunity for everybody is that even Mike believe that he has a funeral home and he makes money off the debt. He's for sidewalks. So
This is going out in the public notice.
oh, okay, try not to. But Mayor Lichtenstein, you are captain of Atsula. I'm sure you're pro sidewalks. I just want to get it on the record that it is that way. I can't imagine is that and I'm almost sure it's the same way you're advocating for traffic and lights in Lakewood for the vehicle traffic. It should be for sidewalk. I just want to mention something because by the Lakewood Industrial Commission, they claim that the reason why they don't want sidewalks is because they don't want to promote people walk. They want to prevent people from walking in certain places in town. It's a constitutional right. We have a right to travel. You cannot make a law that we cannot walk on certain roads. And if people walk over there, you should have safe passage. To come and make rules that we won't put in sidewalks to make people, they shouldn't walk because you can't pass the rules, so you'll make it unsafe, that is an unacceptable argument. They have more arguments, but this argument is unacceptable because it's a constitutional right. Everybody should be able to pass on roads or sidewalks to make it safe. So I'm asking the captain of Atsula, just please clarify I hope you will say is that you're pro sidewalks and you're advocating for it, and it's a good thing.
I think if you look at my record, you'll know the answer to that. I've always been pro sidewalk.
Thank you.
The mayor has been the one pushing for sidewalks throughout the entire town for years, probably more so than I have.
So thank you very much for clarifying that, and could you look into the open wine problem? Thank you.
Can I ask you a question on that?
Yes.
Well, I don't
That's
are
fine.
sidewalks supposed to be there before they get a CO or even a TCO? What's the story on that?
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking the mayor. You're looking at me like, I got 2 minutes, so maybe
I don't know the situation fully, if there's sidewalks to the houses that are occupied, but not.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
So.
He's saying you're living in those houses. I'm wondering how you can see them.
Well, so, Mayor, I think the answer to that is, if I may, that a while ago we adopted developer agreements that say, so there's 2 separate issues. First of all, on a private home. So if you're not in front of a board, if you're just building a house, a single house on a private lot, you have to put in your sidewalk usually before you get your TCO. Sometimes they'll issue a TCO if it's the weather and the family has to get in, and you get like 60 days, whatever it is, until the weather's done. That's for private homes. On developments, you have to follow what the planning board says, which usually is to put in sidewalks. And there's a developer agreement. So the developer agreement says it's supposed to say you can issue so many TCOs, but at so many TCOs, this much of the road has to be done, this much of sidewalk has to be done, this much of parks has to be done. So if you have a 200 home development, let's say, and you're following the developer's agreement, you can't move in and get COs on 198 homes and then not put any parks in. So there's a step process. I don't remember exactly, I think the Oak and Vine development is governed by some sort of developer's agreement with the town. I don't know if it's called a developer's agreement, but there was a stage, I believe, I don't remember exactly, but I believe that there was some sort of a staged development there. So in stages, I mean.
If you confirm that with engineering, so you can know what their responsibilities are, what's actually done, and what time frame, that's not part of that's.
You can reach out to me directly on
Oh, you always, yeah. He's the best. You know, the camera comes running.
I think he's running away.
it. Yeah. Other than that.
Excellent.
Yitzchak Goldsmith, 87 Finchley Boulevard. Coming regarding the Chevy Lane street vacation, I know it's only the first reading, but I won't be here by the second reading, so I just want to bring up some points that maybe you could incorporate. As you know, this actual street vacation was a resolution compliance back from 2007 planning board approval when John Franklin made sure it was in there before the township actually paved, plowed, private development, things like that. So he forced them to become a homeowner, so they'd be responsible for the plowing. Neither here nor there. I'm actually not against it becoming a vacated property based on, again, it's a private cul-de-sac with houses around it. The problem is you're vacating something today not knowing what's going to happen. We have a saying in Jews, who's a smart guy can see what's going to happen in the future. And once you vacate the street, I know what's going to happen. Brian and Adam, who are the dual crime committers here, they've done this in the past. Once it becomes private property, then they incorporate that into the landowners of all the folks. They cut it down the middle. They give it to the landowners on both sides. They make the properties bigger for square footage of the lots. But because it's private, then they double dip and they say, well, we can put a road in private property, and they count it both ways. And when the planning board doesn't accept that, they say, okay, because it's private property, we can call it a driveway, and we don't have to make it RSI's compliant. They've done that on Massachusetts and Prospect. They did it on Locust. They've done it in many areas all over town. So again, I'm not against the actual vacation. Brian submitted plans, RSI compliance, both for busing and everything, and I have absolutely no problem with the vacation. I just want maybe a caveat or thing that usually you go for the approval and then you come for the vacation and everything's sealed. Here, because it's so old from 2007, I think once you get the vacation, they're going to change the plans, do all their shtick. So if it's approved, dependent on them not changing the plans that were submitted. If they come back and change anything of the plans, the vacation should be null, and they have to come back and do the vacation over again based on the new presentation. But I think we're going down a slippery slope of basically giving free land for them to play around with square footage and come back. That's all. So I'm not against the vacation as long as it's based on the approvals today. If they come back and change anything, then they have to come back again for the new things. They shouldn't be able to do what they do. That's really all I'm asking. I don't know if that's...
I would make sure that happens.
It's in the ordinance where there are two things specifically. First, there was an amendment to the subdivision that was done in 2013. That was filed. I put a section 2 in the ordinance that says, I put a section 2 in the ordinance that says this vacation of Chevy Lane is specifically contingent upon the developer, Captain Hooks, the applicant on SD, and the SD number, or any asset needed thereof, constructing Chevy Lane as a private roadway to be maintained by a homeowners association being created pursuant to said subdivision application. So it can be reverted back if in fact they don't do what they're supposed to do. And that's why we put that specific language in. Normally we wouldn't address that.
Okay.
But here, because they were making representations, I wanted to cover that.
Great. So as long as if they do any amendments, they might, Brian or Adam will say, well, we're doing an amendment to the SD, and therefore it's technically part of that SD. I just want a wordage that, it's this or not. Again, I'm not against vacation. I just trying to,
Well, if we could tighten that up before second reading, it needs to be.
No, it is covered, specifically contingent
Okay.
on.
Even if they amend the SD application,
Yeah,
just call it
because
SD.
it's based on the SD that they did in 13. They
Perfect.
changed it.
That's all I asked. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else? Nobody? Close the public hearing. Is there anything that anybody would like to remove from the consent agenda? If not, can I have a motion in a second?
Move.
Second. Moved by Mike, second by Menash. Any discussion?
Yes, I have some, so I gotta find somebody to move mine also. Give me a minute. I had a couple that I wanted to abstain on. You know what, Mayor, there were 2 or 3 that I marked, and it seems like they're missing, so I'm just not gonna vote on this consent agenda.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
All right, have a roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman.
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes, I just want to point out that number 28 says, resolution to the township with regard to accepting left-hand turn prohibition on Route 9 in Prospect, Wawa Site Driveway. It's not a Wawa, it's a CVS, it's a Prospect, it's not a number.
The paperwork they submitted says Walmart.
Oh, it's coming right here. Oh, it's a new one.
Yeah.
Ah, got it.
I got that straight.
Okay.
Like, Brian was missing too, that was one question, man.
And Mayor Coles.
Yes. Ordinance is for first reading?
Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition by eminent domain or purchase of a gift of block 490 lot 27 on Johnson Avenue as shown on the tax map of the Township of Lakewood pursuant to and in accordance with NJSA 48:12-1 et cetera.
Motion? So made. Moved by Isaac.
Second.
Second by Menash. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman.
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Committeeman
I
Lichtenstein.
voted on this one either.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading public hearing set for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to cancel any and all taxes for the tax year 2018 due on block 25.06, lot 17, 1518 Tanglewood Lane, Congregation Sarah Vega, Inc., pursuant to and in accordance with NJSA 54:4-3.66.
I'll move it.
Second.
Moved by Mayor, second by Menash. Discussion? Roll call?
Committeeman Ackerman.
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading public hearing set for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to cancel any and all taxes for the tax year 2018 due on block 284.06, lot 21, 244 Sunset Road, Congregation Base Madrash Hayam, pursuant to and in accordance with NJSA 54:4-3.66.
I'll move it.
Moved by Mayor,
Second.
by Isaac. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman.
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading public hearing set for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, entitled Industrial Commission of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Lakewood, specifically Section 2-38.8.
Motion?
Move it.
Moved by Mayor, second by Minaj, any discussion? Roll call?
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing on February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of New Jersey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing the annual minimum and maximum salary ranges for the office and positions of persons employed by the Township of Lakewood and the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, and providing for an effective date 20 days after publication, after final adoption.
Move.
By Mayor,
Second.
second by Mike, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing set for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, releasing, extinguishing, and vacating the rights of the public to a paper street known as Chevy Lane.
Move.
By Mayor,
Second.
by Mike, discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia.
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing scheduled for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting the updated township personnel policies and procedures manual and creating the Department of Human Resources.
Move.
Moved by Mayor, second by Minaj, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Abstain.
Committeeman Lichtenstein,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing scheduled for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, releasing, extinguishing, and vacating the rights of the public of a portion of paper street known as Elizabeth Avenue in the Township of Lakewood.
Move.
Moved by Mayor, second by Isaac, discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing scheduled for February 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Article 9, zoning districts and regulations, Section 18-81 of 818A of the Unified Development Ordinance of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Lakewood.
Motion? Moved by Isaac,
Second.
by Mayor, discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading and public hearing scheduled for March 7, 2019. Ordinance of the Township of Lakewood, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the mayor to execute a financial agreement by and between the Township of Lakewood and Avenue of the States Urban Renewal LLC pursuant to NJSA 48:20-1 et sec. For property located at Block 2.03 and Block 961 as shown on the official tax map of the Township of Lakewood, located in the Cedar Ridge redevelopment plan area.
Move.
Moved by Mayor,
Second.
second by Mike, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes.
Second reading, public hearing scheduled for February 7, 2019.
Thanks. Okay, do you have any correspondence?
None.
None. A motion to approve the bill list of January 23rd?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Minaj, second by.
Committeeman Ackerman,
Yes.
Committeeman Delia,
Yes.
Committeeman Lichtenstein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miller.
Yes.
Mayor Coles.
Yes. Comments from committee members?
Not aye.
Uh,
Good.
Good, yeah, I'm sorry. Good. Mike?
Nothing.
I got a little speech prepared for you. No, nothing.
Motion to adjourn? So
Move
Night,
second.
everybody.
Everybody.
I don't think we want.
Who's dead?
Yes. Area go back to the 80s office unless you take them.
No, I do not. I have nothing.
I'll get it.
And I'm sitting up to you.
Guess we gotta do this. Isaac?
Yeah, it's, no,
John, I put my sticker inside because it's not sticking there.
Oh, it is here, okay, good. Put it inside, yeah. That's gonna change too.
Everybody get Press, okay?
So John, the one else, have your four meetings coming down.
Letters aren't actually required.
Because on Monday, I'm not sure, I think I'm good with that, but it's something like 10 o'clock. Okay, thanks.
Headlines always are first. Actors and the
Randy White, you got enough to carry. I got it marked inside. Good night, Dave.
You want to take this?
Oh, what's the thing?
We've had it, but they're used to have one. Yeah,